Joey Wheeler is the best duelist in Battle City. Yeah, I said it. So Susu and I have actually been rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle City, and I regret to inform all of you guys, we've all been lied to. Because according to the show, the best duelist in Battle City is supposed to be the reincarnated Egyptian pharaoh or the billionaire tech CEO with a dragon obsession. But after looking at all the duels, yeah, no. It's the confused Brooklyn guy with a gambling problem. So let's establish something important. Yugi has ancient magic, literal future sight, and a ghost roommate. That's literally what the pharaoh is. On the other hand, Kaiba has infinite money, a private military for some reason, and his, obsession with dragons and obelisk. And Joey has a dog costume, a dream, and cards that are basically slot machines. Like, seriously, his whole dueling strategy is, what if I gamble, but harder? Cards like Time Wizard, Skull Dice, Graceful Dice, Fairy Box, Roulette Spider. These are not strategies. These are Vegas decisions. And yet, he still makes it to the top 4 of Battle City with players like Marik, Kaiba, and Yugi. Oh my gosh. Me just thinking about it in my head right now. Oh, come on. Isn't that really funny? So Joey's Battle City run is basically fight people who are actively cheating. One example is he faces Esperoba, who cheats using his brother's spy on cards. And Joey still wins, takes Jinzo, one of the strongest anti-trap monsters in the arc. Then earlier, he loses his precious red eyes to Seeker because Seeker is literally cheating with marked cards. So Joey's tournament experience is basically everyone cheats and I still beat them anyway. Meanwhile, Kaiba loses one duel and threatens to redesign society. Let's talk about Joey's biggest duel in the entire Battle City arc. Joey versus Yami Marik. Now, according to the show, Joey loses. But according to reality, Joey wins the duel, then passes out before saying attack. Yes, that's real. This guy had lethal on board. He outplayed the main villain of the entire arc. And then he lost because his body literally shut down from the shadow game torture. Even official discussions point out he effectively had Marik beaten and only lost due to the shadow game condition. And that's definitely not a skill issue.
Joey Wheeler is the best duelist in Yu-Gi-Oh! Joey got a couple of months of tutelage and with effectively a brand new deck reached the finals of Duelist Kingdom. Then in Battle City, Joey went on to get to the finals again, and then in the finals he had Marik dead to rights after playing the game of his life while feeling the pain his monsters felt as they died. The only reason he didn't proceed through Battle City is because his heart stopped.
Watching Joey and Marik duel, and then Joey almost getting the Winged Dragon of Ra. Oh my god! Watching that stressed me out so bad, so much so that I'm still feeling like I have it within me. Joey deserved his flowers, especially due to this duel, because there ain't no way that you're gonna sit here and tell me that you didn't feel a way in watching that duel.
Now, after both lose in the finals, Joey challenges Kaiba for 3rd place. Now, Kaiba wins, but here's the more important part. It's not a stomp. It's a full competitive duel, and Joey is treated like a legitimate rival. This is the same Kaiba who runs a global corporation, built hologram cities for fun, and talks like he's permanently in a diss track.
You are worthless. You're a disgrace to the game, Yugi.
Fire whoever designed that bottle.
And if our Joey is keeping up with that, he's not considered an underdog anymore. Okay, let's compare character growth. Yugi starts good and slightly becomes better. Kaiba starts rich and he becomes richer and angrier. But Joey? This guy starts with a deck of random normal monsters. Basically, no understanding of the game. And by Battle City, this guy is defeating elite duelists using some sort of advanced combo with all of these dice cards and running Jinzo. Even statistically, Joey duels more than almost anyone and maintains a solid win rate despite a constant high-level opponents. That's like picking up basketball yesterday and you dunking on LeBron in 6 months. Now here's the problem with the whole plot. The narrative wants Joey to be the underdog, but the actual events of the show, he beats cheaters, he earns powerful cards legitimately, he outplays the main villain, he competes with Kaiba, and he reaches the Battle City finals without magic. Meanwhile, our guy Yugi, he has Ancient Egyptian Destiny DLC installed. So if we remove magic, plot armor, ancient ghost coaching, Joey is literally the best duelist.
I guarantee you that there is no other anime character that deserves a win more than Joey Wheeler when he dueled against Marik in Battle City. This was the most infuriating episode of anime I've ever watched growing up, and revisiting it now makes me feel even more frustrated because of how dirty Joey was done in this battle. He didn't have a Millennium item, no god cards, no connection to a previous ancestor, or any real experience in a shadow duel, but muscled through every single trick Marik threw at him through sheer Brooklyn rage. By all accounts, Marik lost the game and proved himself to be the inferior duelist considering he had every advantage, including the Mega Ultra Chicken, and still practically lost the game. Joey versus Marik was the most blatantly contrived way to deny a secondary protagonist his rightful win, and the most plot armor I've ever seen a villain ever receive in anime. Which is crazy to say because this is Yu-Gi-Oh! We're talking about, the show that is fueled by nonsense and plot armor.
I know we're talking about Battle City here, but let's quickly glance over Duelist Kingdom. Joey came in second place in Duelist Kingdom, where apparently champion duelists like Weevil Underwood and Rex Raptor was attending. And this is a guy who was coached by Grandpa Yugi literally a couple of episodes before. Not only that, he won $3 million according to the dub. So, I mean, we're talking about the anime series only, so that's what I'm gonna go with. And this guy is probably the richest high schooler by the end of the season. Susu and I discuss this all the time. There is no way Serenity's eye surgery was $3 million. And I did a little digging, and we're gonna go by the US cost of cornea transplants, but in the year 2002, 2004, because that's when the anime was released. And it was roughly $20,000. So you do the math. $3 million minus $20,000? Joey's rich! Okay, going back to Battle City, we do need to talk about the biggest accusation about Joey, which is that he only wins because he's lucky and it's plot armor. And at first glance, yeah, that seems extremely fair. This man's deck is basically a roulette wheel, a coin flip, and a small prayer for the heart of the cards and friendship. And let's be honest, his key cards are Time Wizard, either he wins instantly or deletes his home board, Skull Dice, Graceful Dice, random stat boosts or nerfs, and Roulette Spider that literally spins a wheel. This is not a deck, it's a casino. And if you saw this at locals, you'd assume this guy wandered in from a Dave & Buster's. But Joey doesn't just use his luck cards. He uses them at the exact right moments. And more importantly, he builds entire strategies around the outcomes. Let's break this down like it's actually competitive play. Joey consistently uses Time Wizard when he's already losing, minimizing downside, combos dice cards when the upside outweighs the risk, and sets up board states where even a bad roll isn't catastrophic. That's not luck. That's just risk management. Every time Joey uses Time Wizard, it's when he's behind, his opponent has a stronger board, and he needs a swing to survive. So when people say he only wins because Time Wizard works, yeah, because he uses it when it's his only best possible option. That's like saying this guy only wins because he takes good risks. Yeah, that's how strategy works. And let's compare that to Yugi's strategy. Believe in the heart of the cards. Draw exactly what he needs. Win. Joey's strategy. Calculate the odds. Accepts the risks. Commit to the play. One of these is luck. The other is decision making under pressure. Here's the biggest flaw in the whole Joey is just lucky argument. Luck doesn't scale. You can only get lucky once, maybe twice. But Joey advances through Battle City, beats multiple opponents, nearly defeats Marik, and holds his own ground against Seto Kaiba. That's not random. That's repeatable performance under pressure.
Put some respect on Joey Wheeler's name because he should not even have been here, right? Mad respect to him because he pulled up to the Battle City semifinals, right? Everybody else had Egyptian god cards, Kaiba, Obelisk. You had Yugi with Cypher the Sky Dragon. You had Marik with the Winged Dragon of Ra. Joey didn't even have the Red Eyes. I'm pretty sure he gave it to Yugi, right? So he didn't even have that. He had Baby Dragon and he had some heart. What makes it worse, everybody be cheating. Everybody cheats in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi with his Millennium Puzzle. Marik with, I'm pretty sure he had the Millennium Rod and whatever he did, like trying to make stuff in a shadow game, take people's souls, all that. Kaiba, well actually in this instance, Kaiba was clean. Joey, he only had Jinzo, he had heart, and that was it. Joey, who had no shot, didn't have a shot in hell. He was the underdog, the 8th seed. He took the 1 seed to Game 7, final whistle. Joey was still pushing, and he should have won. But like I said, Marik be on the BS. Everybody in this be on the BS. Like I said, shout out Joey Wheeler because he did his thing for having an inferior deck, having inferior dueling skills because he was like a rookie. Well, not necessarily a rookie, but compared to the vets, right? He didn't have as much experience, and he still was in the top 4. Shout out to him for real.
So Joey Wheeler is not a lucky duelist. He's a high-risk strategist with a very strong intuition, playing a deck that looks stupid, which is honestly the funniest possible combination. Because from the outside, it's like, wow, this guy is unbelievably lucky. But from the inside, it's like, oh, he actually knows exactly what he's doing.
Have you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh? Like at all?
No.
Because one of the characters, and we always kind of talk amongst each other like what anime character we are, but you're Joey.
I'm Joey?
Yeah, you're Joey.
Dude, don't call just because they talk the same, bro.
Who's Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Joey is the
Joey?
biggest piece. You wanna know why Joey's a character? He never learned the consequences of his actions a single time. Because
he's New Yorker, bro.
He calls Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugs?
Yeah, he goes,
Dude.
hey, Yugs.
Dude, this dude in every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Card battle he ever did never lost a Time Wizard 50-50, and it drove me insane.
Dude, Joey Wheeler, he always plays the gambles. He's like, Yugs.
Ooh, Joey Wheeler funny moments.
I can say this as somebody who is a New Yorker.
Uh-huh.
This guy talks exactly like you.
Does he really?
Evil Underwood. But who's the other guy? That guy.
So let me get this straight. We watched an entire tournament where the rich guy loses, the reincarnated pharaoh needs divine intervention, and the only normal dude almost wins the whole thing. And we're supposed to believe Joey's the side character? No, Joey Wheeler is the most improved, the most clutch, the most unfairly nerfed duelist in Battle City. And honestly, if he stayed conscious for 2 more seconds, this guy, he wins the entire arc. So that's my Joey Wheeler rant. I love Joey as a character. I think his Brooklyn accent in the dub is amazing. And Joey deserved so much better. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys want more video essays like this, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what other character we should do an analysis on. And I'll see you guys there. Bye.